Good morning, guys. Welcome to MLB Daily Picks with Tanner Kern. It is Friday, May 14th. Happy Friday, first of all. Hope everyone has big plans for the weekend. And let's start it off with some wins in the MLB. But before we get to that, make sure you subscribe to the Sports 2.0 network. We got a lot of awesome content on there. It's growing every day. I think we're almost at 100 videos. We might have surpassed 100 videos. So there's so much great content on there. Go subscribe right now so you never miss a video. And the big news of the day, we reached 300 wins yesterday. We are 301 and 253 on the season. We were barely above 500 at one point, and we stayed on the grind, and we battled back in a major way. We are at a 541 winning percentage, I believe. Could be wrong about that, but it's right around 540. So I'm very, very excited about that. We're going to keep it going today, and there are a lot of awesome games. We have 16 games on the schedule, including a doubleheader to start the day. So we got the Royals and the White Sox in a doubleheader. Go with the White Sox in both games right now. This is one of the best teams in baseball. They could not be any hotter right now. They're coming off a sweep of the Twins. They're going to win the American League Central Division. There's no doubt about it. And the Royals are playing terrible baseball. They didn't have a great roster, and they were pretty hot to start the season, but they have cooled down immensely. Keller going against Giolito. Kopech in game 2. Those guys have been very good so far. Go with the White Sox game 1. Go with the White Sox in game 2. Not very hard decision there to start the day. Then we go down to the Giants and the Pirates. Now, the Pirates play in the nicest stadium in baseball, in my opinion, but they are one of the worst teams in baseball. So I would lock up the Giants in this game. The Giants, Guzman on the mound. He has been fantastic. 1.8 ERA in that range. Very, very low. He has been ridiculous, and that is why the Giants have won games, because they're pitching and they've done enough hitting to be successful. Brandon Belt, Brandon Crawford, Buster Posey, Evan Longoria, those guys have kept these guys afloat at the plate, but the pitching has been the real impetus of their success so far. So lock up the Giants in that game. Then you got the Savages, New York Yankees, going against Baltimore Orioles. Kluber is pitching against Dean the Cream Kremer. I'm not going to take credit for that nickname. I heard it on Starting Nine's podcast. Dean the Cream is terrible. He's not a very good pitcher. He has given up 9 runs to the Yankees in 7.1 innings of work this year. The Savages are hot at the plate. They are coming off a loss yesterday, but Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, they are all on fire right now. Gio Urshela has had a lot of good numbers off Dean the Cream this year. So lock up the Yankees. Then you got the Angels and the Red Sox. Cannon going against Pivetta. The Angels have not been playing good baseball. They got beat up by the Astros in their previous series. They are coming off an off day yesterday, so maybe they got their minds right. But I'm going to go with the Red Sox. Red Sox pulled off a big win over the Oakland Athletics yesterday to prevent the sweep. They are hosting another West Coast team, so they don't have to travel. They're home. They're in Boston. They're feeling good. It's a Friday night. I think they're getting the crowd. I think they're getting a bigger crowd in the coming days. So go with the Red Sox. Then you got the Cubs and the Tigers. Yesterday, the Tigers, I should thank them for going 7-5 because they came through. It's the first time I picked the Tigers this season, and they got a win. I was amazed. I was happy to see it. But they got the Cubs today, a little tougher opponent. Not that the Cubs have been great by any means, but Jake Arrieta is going. If he hits his spots, they're going to beat the Tigers today. The Cubs have been good. I mean, they played well against the Dodgers a couple weeks ago in that series. They just have not been able to put it together consistently. But when you look at their roster, when you look at Anthony Rizzo, Javi Baez, Chris Bryant, you look at all those guys, they are Wilson Contreras, they're a good team. And Arrieta should be able to deliver today against a weak Detroit Tigers team. So I'm going to go with the Cubs there. Then you got the Mets and the Rays. Now, this was a little toss-up for me. The Mets have been very good record-wise, numbers-wise, not the best. David Peterson has not been great for them. He's going against Tyler Glasnow, future Cy Young winner Tyler Glasnow, who's been fantastic this season. Last week when I picked Glasnow, he did not deliver as much as I would have hoped. He still wasn't bad. The Rays didn't give him enough run support. The Mets don't score a lot of runs, which is good. The Rays don't really score a lot of runs either. This is a good under bet if you're looking for that. I think when I checked FanDuel this morning, it was at 6 runs. But I would go with the Rays in this game because of Tyler Glasnow. The Mets have been too inconsistent at the plate. Francisco Lindor looks like he's never hit the ball in his life. I know we're making a big deal out of a 2-run homer from Francisco Lindor a week ago saying he's back. He ain't back yet. The Rays are going to win this game today. Then you got the Phillies and the Blue Jays. Blue Jays coming off a huge, huge sweep of the Atlanta Braves in interleague play. That was very fun to watch. The Phillies struggling a little more than the Blue Jays right now. I'm going to go with the Blue Jays in this game. I think they stay on the winning path. I want to see them deliver. I want to see the Phillies beat them before I pick against the Blue Jays because they played very well against the Braves this weekend. Then you got the Rangers and the Astros. Zach Greinke is on the mound. I love Zach Greinke. I usually don't pick against him. He only throws about 89, 88 miles an hour, maybe get in the 90s if he's lucky, but he hits his spots consistently. He's one of the smartest pitchers in the game, and he's not going against a very good lineup in Texas. I did take the over in this game for my parlay today, so I would lock up the over here because the Astros do score a lot of runs. I think the Rangers will have some success off Greinke, but I like the Astros overall to get the win. They're probably going to have to use their bullpen, but that's just the way it is. Then you got the Athletics and the Twins. The Twins are playing horrendous baseball right now. Horrendous baseball. They were swept by the White Sox, as I talked about earlier on the show. The Athletics are playing very good. I know they're coming off a big blowout loss to the Red Sox, but they controlled that series pretty much. I mean, the first two games, the Red Sox had chances, and they took them right out of their hands. The Athletics are a team that they don't stay down for long. They tend to bounce back, and they're playing a team that needs a win desperately. But they just can't seem to deliver. Shoemaker is on the mound against Montes. Shoemaker has not been good. Montes has been a little better than Shoemaker, but still go with the A's in this game, no doubt about it. Then you got the Braves and the Brew Crew, Drew Smyly going against Hauser. Brewers just don't have the offense, as you guys could see with the Cardinals series this past week. The Cardinals won the majority. They won the series because of their ability to score runs. The Brewers shut them down on the mound. If they would have a couple hitters in the lineup, they would have a Christian Yelich in the lineup right now. If their guys, if Keston Hiura wasn't sent down to the alternate site because he would have been delivering, they would be pretty good. But they're just the pitching. They're going to win games with pitching. If they give up runs, they're just not going to be able to win games. I'm still going to go with the Brewers today. The Braves are a little scary. Right now, Ronald Acuna Jr. left the game last night with an ankle injury. His x-ray did come back negative, which is a positive sign for them, but I doubt he'll be in the lineup tonight. I doubt he'll be in the lineup this whole series. So I'm going to go with the Brew Crew. I think they get back on the winning path after a 2-0 loss to the Cardinals yesterday. And shout out to Corbin Burns for walking his first batter yesterday. I think it was 52 strikeouts and no walks to start the season. So that was pretty fun to watch. Then you got the Reds and the Rockies. Wade Miley going against Herman Marquez. Wade Miley, this guy's coming off a no-hitter. Usually pitchers don't pitch well coming off a no-hitter, but I'm still going to go with the Reds today. The Rockies just don't impress me that much. They're very inconsistent. The Reds aren't that good either. Like everyone's talking about Trevor Story possibly going to the Reds at the deadline. Trevor Story is not going to go to the Reds because the Reds aren't going to be in position to win games in October with Trevor Story. And they're probably not going to be in a position to win the division before that. So I like the Reds in this game, though. They're going to beat the Rockies. Then you got the Nats and the D-backs. It's Max Scherzer day. Nationals all the way. D-backs so-so. Zach Gallen went on the injured list with a UCL sprain, a minor UCL sprain in his elbow. That's not a good sign for them. They're probably going to lose him for the year because we know how the Major League Baseball operates. It's, he's got a sprain. We don't look at it for a few days. We give him an MRI in a couple of days when it hurts still. And then he's got Tommy John for the rest of the year. So I'm a little skeptical about the D-backs right now. I think they're in a rough spot. And I like the Nationals with Max Scherzer on the mound, the 3-time Cy Young winner. Then you got the Indians and the Mariners. Jared Kelenic debuted last night, 0-for-4 night, but they batted him right in the leadoff spot, got up to the plate with his first at-bat, didn't waste any time. First pitch swings, foul ball to right field. It was caught, sadly, but it looked gone off his bat, in my opinion. Maybe I was just so excited to see the number 4 prospect in baseball make his debut, but he should be back in the lineup tonight. I think they get back on track, but I still think the Indians win this game. The Mariners did not look good at the plate last night. I think they were no hit through 6, I believe. But I'm going to go with the Indians. Indians got a 4-2 win yesterday with Plesac on the mound. Savali delivers again today for them. Then you got the Cardinals and the Padres. I like the Padres in this game. Joe Musgrove is going against the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals do cool down a little bit. They're coming off some big wins over the Brew Crew. Padres, if the Padres hit like they're capable, they have a better offense than the Cardinals. They have better pitching than the Cardinals. They have better defense than the Cardinals. They just need to deliver. Well, maybe defense, I'll give the nod to the Cardinals, but the Padres have a team that should beat the Cardinals on any day of the week if they perform. Now, the question is, will they perform? The Padres have not performed very well as of late, but I'm still going to go with the Padres in that game. And then finally, Marlins, Dodgers. Dodgers need a win. They're coming off a 2-game winning streak, I believe. It's Clayton Kershaw day against Sandy Alcantara. Alcantara is a guy that can beat the Dodgers. So be aware of this game. I'm not touching this game betting-wise, but I'm going to pick the Dodgers overall because Alcantara can shut down the Dodgers 100%. I think the Dodgers do push enough runs across the plate to get the win tonight. I think Kershaw is very good, but this is a close, low-scoring game. This could be another good under bet as well. So that does it for today's picks, guys. Thanks for joining me. Again, we reached 300 wins yesterday, 301 and 253 on the season. Could not be better right now. We're in a great spot. We're going to keep it going today. Do you agree with my picks? Let me know at Tanner Kern on Instagram, at Tanner Kern _ on Twitter, at Sports 2.0 Network on Twitter and Instagram as well. And make sure you subscribe to the Sports 2.0 Network on YouTube if you are a major baseball fan. We just did a show yesterday talking about some of the top prospects in baseball, including Jared Kelenic, me and Eric Neff, the content director for the Sports 2.0 Network. So make sure you check that out as well. Have a great Friday, guys, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning for another episode of MLB Daily Picks.